Live right now at 11 o'clock, our Metro camera showing you a beautiful snowy night. As we open the WHAS 1119 for you this evening, winter storm advisories and warnings are out. And some of you will see 4 inches of snow, even higher by the morning. And here's the scene in downtown Jeffersonville tonight. This is downtown Louisville, excuse me. Recorded just a little while ago outside. Snow crews spending all day long brining the roads with salt water. And the brine right here, you can see the stripes on the roadway there, certainly helping the snow melt away as it hits the pavement. In fact, we've got a lot of wet streets around the station tonight downtown. Hello, everybody, and so good to be with you on this snowy night. I'm Doug Proffitt. We have team coverage of tonight's return to winter. The Archdiocese just before 11, closing all Jefferson County Catholic schools tomorrow. And JCPS announcing earlier tonight that it's NTI for students tomorrow. First, meteorologist Matthew Willoughby is with me here tonight. Matthew, is it going to be snowing all night long?
Yeah, really it is, Doug. Honestly, we'll continue to see that snow throughout the overnight hours back into your Friday morning. Really won't see that snow come to an end until likely 7 a.m. on your Friday morning. But you can tell, give you a look at radar, still seeing all those blues out there roll throughout the Louisville Metro and really across Kentuckiana as we continue to see that light to moderate snow showers. Really widen the picture out. Still got a long way to go before we see the end of this. Still seeing a lot of those back end snow showers still into Illinois. That has to make it through our area in order for those snow showers to come to an end. Give you a live look at I-71 at Gene Snyder right now. You continue to see that snow really fall out there, but those roadways, not too bad. That brine definitely helping out there along those roadways and interstates, but definitely coating the grass surfaces. But one area you are starting to see a little bit of that snow accumulate on the roadways is those overpasses. You can see the Waterson at River Park Drive, starting to see that snow accumulate on those bridges and overpasses. As give you a look at some of those weather alerts, we are still looking at a winter storm warning for those deep blues and a winter weather advisory out there for us. So we'll continue to track this as we go towards the next couple of hours and what to expect. And of that weekend, looking bitterly cold. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes. We'll send it back over to you, Doug.
All right, Matthew, excellent live update there on the streets. Thank you. Well, the snow started making its first appearance close to 7 o'clock in a lot of counties around us, and it's been coming down steadily since then. WHAS 1119's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Levi Hammer have a good look at it coming down all across Kentuckiana. And Clarice, you are live right now in Charlestown, Indiana. How's Indiana been treating the roads?
Well, Doug, they put a layer of brine down on the road that separates the snow from the road and acts like how oil separates from water. That also helps to prevent it from freezing to the road. Right now, we've only got about an inch on the ground, maybe enough that you can hear that crunch when you walk on it. But on the road here at Market Street, it isn't really sticking to the road at all. It's just wet, like how Matt was talking, and as you can see, cars are driving by just fine, but this is the snow that people across Kentuckiana have been preparing for all day. Snow hits Louisville around 8 o'clock. Katrina Blomquist captures this video as she drives to Louisville from Hardin County.
How you doing, buddy? I'm all right. We've been very steady today.
Far from Hardin County at Charlestown, Indiana's Ace Hardware store, the bell from the door has not stopped.
It's picked up as people are getting off work and heading for home.
Everyone is picking up their winter essentials like salt, propane, shovels, and sleds, with inches of snow expected in the county.
I picked up some driveway markers.
Some of the purchases
Mark out the driveway in the morning so I don't get stuck in the yard or I know where the driveway is.
Are more essential than expected.
I'm going to prepare for about an hour drive in the morning. They said 4 to 6 inches of snow, so.
But Travis Thompson,
I'm over it already.
The winter season is just starting in Kentuckiana. For the first time in many years, we're seeing early snowfalls in December, a month that can be slow to see snow.
Getting prepped to try to keep the snow from sticking to the road as much as possible.
Charlestown crews make sure the roads are brined and the hills are salted.
With the preparation, we should be good tomorrow.
Ahead of tonight's snowfall, Jefferson County Public Schools has canceled events.
From Charlestown across the river to Oldham County.
Really lots of things to think about, as well as thinking about, how we can make sure that we're serving our public.
South Oldham Fire Department is thinking about the preparations for bad roads and increased potential for fires and increasing staffing. Volunteer firefighters have been brought in to help with calls. And that preparation does not end tonight. Emergency responders I spoke to today want to remind you that as you're leaving tomorrow morning, take that extra time as you're headed out if you need to head out. Live in Charlestown, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, love the nativity scene and the Christmas tree there behind Clarice. Now, we are also going to be bringing you another live report from another kind of winter wonderland in just a few minutes. As you are looking live right now for the 6th year in a row, the Louisville Botanical Gardens, they're off Frankfort Avenue and River Road. They're all decked out with thousands of lights for you to see. And WHAS 11's Reed Jaden is going to join us with a special report live from there in just a few minutes. Now to more of our other top stories, only on the night team, one day after our story in this newscast last night about crushing delays at the Louisville Post Office, costing businesses and refunds tonight. We have another stunning example for you. WHAS 11 night team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Aspen Hester talking with Congressman Morgan McGarvey.
At first glance, this Louisville small business on New Cut Road seems to be profiting well. But it's a different story when it comes to products like these trading cards and their online market.
I'm losing potentially thousands of dollars to this.
Owner of Card and All Gaming and Repairs, Mason Berry, is experiencing delivery issues with the U.S. Postal Service.
It's frustrating because, like I said, it ruins my metrics. I get automatic refunds through all these platforms that I sell on because the stuff doesn't get tracked and it's not there on time. They just refund the customers.
The store owner telling us that he's even going the extra mile to skip a day or two within the shipping process by taking products physically from his store here in South Louisville to the USPS Processing and Distribution Center on Gardner Lane located in Watterson Park. But yet he's noticing his customers are still not getting their products. This issue, once again, has the focus of Congressman Morgan McGarvey.
That's crazy and it's unacceptable. People, small businesses, everybody using the post office should know that when they use the post office, that their mail, their package, their bill, their medicines are going to get where they need to go.
USPS says recent severe weather impacted transportation and delivery nationwide. McGarvey says weather shouldn't impact every delivery.
That's why we're reaching out to the Postmaster General while we're talking to people at the facility. Tell us what you need. Tell us what you need to be successful.
In a statement, USPS says, quote, "We have increased staffing, scheduled planned offloads, and rerouted volumes to alternate USPS processing locations nearby to help ease inbound congestion." Barry doesn't want to bash employees, but says there's noticeably something wrong, and it's impacting his sales.
Something's got to be going on in management level at this point to have this many issues a year plus at this point.
With the congressman looking into this, Barry's shop is hopeful for a smoother process. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Morgan McGarvey also acknowledged to us the hard work USPS puts into their service every day, and he does expect, he told us, to hear back from Postmaster David Steiner to address how they can fix these major holiday delays.
Yeah, one family that's dead probably has one in the hospital. I'm going to set the bond at $1 million full cash.
Happening today, his bond set at $1 million. 48-year-old Jacob Lee Bard of Evansville, Indiana, accused of killing a Kentucky State University student in Frankfort and badly injuring another student this week. Bard facing a judge via Zoom in a Frankfort courtroom today, his attorney entering a plea of not guilty. Police say Bard killed 19-year-old Dejan Fox of Indianapolis. His attorney wanted the judge to lower Bard's bond to $500,000. Instead, the judge raised it to $1 million. Bard is set to return to court on December 16th. The Kentucky governor tonight still confident that Ford will keep their huge investment going in Hardin County and keep it alive. It comes after the huge news today that Ford and South Korea's SK On are ending their original partnership. The big news today happening after the partnership ending with the two battery plants in Glendale, Kentucky. One is producing batteries. The second plant is currently on hold. We asked the governor if he was concerned that Ford would close the operation.
Ford has been a great partner to Kentucky, and we're going to work with them to get the best outcome and result that we can. But these are two very valuable buildings. There aren't many buildings in the world that size that you can do this level of sophisticated work in. In many ways, they're some of the largest clean rooms in the world.
President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill included cuts to tax credits that supported EV purchases and infrastructure. Ford says it'll outline its next steps for all of this early next week. Indiana senators voting against President Donald Trump and his request to redraw congressional maps in Indiana early. The Senate voted 31-19 against the maps, and WHAS 11 News was there. More than half of the Republican delegation voted no. WHAS 11's Travis Breeze and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton pick up our coverage of the historic vote in Indianapolis.
19 ayes, 31 noes. This bill has been defeated.
A no vote after 3 hours of debate on Thursday. Republicans in favor of the maps saying they can impact what happens in D.C.
The morning after the election in November and find out we lost the House of Representatives by 1 vote. If I knew that I did that, I would feel horrible.
Democrats say the only motivation is from outside Indiana, and the maps would challenge the sanctity of elections.
Instead of merit, we are saying that we are prioritizing a letter next to a name on a ballot with predetermined election results predicated on party affiliation.
With protesters chanting outside, many Republicans also spoke against the plan.
This map, drawn primarily by somebody not from here, gerrymanders so aggressively that it splits precincts across the state.
Ultimately, more Republicans voted against it than for it, and the measure failed. I asked Senator Young a question in the hallway after the vote.
Is this going to lead to any divisions within the party?
I don't know, but who are you with?
WHAS 11 in Louisville in southern Indiana.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I don't know. The other side won. We don't tend to be too upset about it, so our side.
Do you think that this chamber and the leadership of this chamber did all that it could to try to get this passed?
No, they did all they could to kill it.
He said they did everything they could to kill it. Do you have any response to that?
I do. You know, typically my style is to let people vote like they want. Come with a yes or come with a no, which is exactly what I did this time.
Bray says he is prepared for some backlash from Washington, D.C., but hopes it is minimal. He feels his chamber dealt with this issue by the rules and with integrity. Republican Governor Mike Braun said after this vote that it has consequences, and he will work with President Trump to challenge those Republicans who voted against this map. That will assumedly mean primarying them up against candidates who more staunchly support the president. In Indianapolis, with senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
Well, the Christmas lights are shining big time through that falling snow tonight. Right after this, we're going to join our Reed Yaden live.
Yeah, Doug, it is a beautiful winter wonderland up here. Up here happens to be the Louisville Botanical Gardens. You're invited. We'll tell you when you can come, how many lights you're going to see. Right now, let's check some lottery numbers.
And looking at your Kentucky Lottery jackpot numbers, Mega Millions at $70 million, Powerball at $1 billion.